Welcome back to East Avon. Now that we have finished the cabin, we can remove this wood pile. I can also move the Oak Brethren shrine. We now have Gwen as a miner, and I can begin to carve out some of this quarry. It has valuable resources like clay and silver, and I plan to build here in the future. We found wild growing flax and were able to harvest it for linen and seeds, allowing us to start our own crop. This will eventually allow us to tailor our own clothing. Our botany skills are still quite low. I had Johnny build a bridge for better forest access, but he seems to be drowning. I am able to save him by breaking down the bridge above him. I guess I will be doing the bridge differently. Hopefully there's no drownings with this one. I found the new willow trees and have planted some saplings next to the river for aesthetics. Just north of the new bridge, I begin to plan out a lookout/hunting tower. There are two reasons for this: for defense against attacks and to mine clay. We'll come back to this later. We will soon need more bedrooms, and we currently only have wood to build as a construction material. So I decide to build an Oak Brethren temple with bedrooms above. It's a fairly big build, and it's going to keep Johnny quite busy. It will also keep Weegolf busy in chopping down trees for the wood. Just as we needed another woodcar, we find Mary injured in the forest from a wood chopping accident. We gladly take Mary in to heal her. Mary has very few traits, and while passionate in archery, she still has quite a lot to learn. Mary will also need a bed so that Johnny can move her to safety. For now, I swap out Gwen's bed with Mary so that we can get Mary out of the forest before the wolves get her. We craft a bed for Gwen and it's back to working on the Oak Brethren Temple, which is even more needed for the growing community. It's a lovely summer's day when I realise our measurements for the temple were wrong. I wanted each room to be 3x4. The fix is not too complicated, and as we are not finished, it will only be a minor setback. Our main setback has been wood, and we can't source it as quickly as Johnny can use it. After a few days, we are back on track. Mary and Gwen are Restitutionists, so I build them a temporary Church of Restitution shrine. With autumn comes the pressure to prepare for winter. We have the research to be able to learn fermentation, and we can begin to produce wine from the red currants we have been harvesting. I'll store the fine wine and the rough wine in the cellar when they have fermented, and the actual fermentation will be done in the main room, as we want warmer temperatures between 6 and 14 Celsius for optimal speed of fermentation. At around 12 Celsius, the temperature here is perfect, and below the wine will be preserved in refrigeration temperatures. Our fridge space is getting crowded, and rough wine takes a long time to turn into fine aged wine, so I plan out a more suitable wine cellar below the Oak Brethren Temple. Our fine wine will eventually be known as East Avon Sacred Oak Wine. The food stores are looking moderate, but with a good shelf life. The growing season is ending, so we need to be ready for the winter coming. We will also need to start thinking about warmth and getting braziers burning. I suspect this will be a hard winter due to our flimsy clothing and lack of warm buildings. The next day I task Mary with hunting. We give her a good short bow and have her track some deer. Unfortunately, Mary has all the passion but no experience. For our food supply and for defences, we must train Mary and have her unlock her potential. I make Mary the community hunter for her to practice unsupervised. East Avon lies within very dangerous, lawless and contested territory. As such, we must establish strong defences as soon as possible. This tower will be used to divert attacking forces and to help us use guerrilla tactics when fighting much larger forces than our own. In the future, the tower will be fortified with a maze of trenches, which will also provide us with clay. Eventually, there will be an escape tunnel for when the tower is overwhelmed. Over at the temple, we are just finishing off the roof. There was a variety of stability issues throughout the build. Eight bedrooms means that we are prepared for the long-term growth of our community. Mary's hunting goes very wrong and she is almost eaten by wolves. Johnny is able to get to her in time and her injuries are only minor. We hope she will be back on the bow again soon. Indeed, Mary heals quickly and is getting better with the bow each day. With the temple finished, we decide to learn decorative structures, which will allow us to officially make the ground floor a temple and give positive moods to the oak brethren who enter. Not wanting to exclude the Restitutionists, we plan out a small temporary church for them to pray in without getting soaked. I hope to get tailoring soon, as we'll need warm clothes for the coming winter. Gwen has a passion for tailoring, but Mary has the skills. For the first year, and with limited materials, I will have Mary tailor our clothing, once we have a tailoring bench. And out of nowhere, the young pup Buttercup passes away. There is no explanation as to how or why, but simply she is gone. In her place, it seems we have a new pup called Papavir. Gwen and Mary pray for the lost pup. We lay Buttercup to rest behind the Oak Brethren Temple among the trees, where her spirit can return to nature. There is little time to waste in getting more defences up. We have had an unusually long period of peace and it has made the community nervous. A bridge here will allow our people into the tower, while a maze of trenches will make it hard for attackers to get to the tower. At last, we can learn tailoring. As you can see by the amount of braziers, it's a cold autumn. As always, I will set low quality or deteriorated clothing to be recycled. The hunting tower is almost finished too, but for it to be very effective, we will really need the trenches and the underground escape tunnel for when it gets surrounded. Now that we have good clothing being made, I will show the management tab. I have made my own custom clothing setting in the past, but I will need to reset it to allow for medium quality clothing. I can set and edit these when I choose Edit Apparel. From here I set what they can wear. I will change them over one at a time as Mary finishes each garment. Weegulf now has fine clothing made from deer hide. You'll be pleased. Now with the hunting tower finished, I dig the trenches and plan to dig an escape tunnel in the future too. Mary has finished another of her tailoring works. This time it will be Johnny who gets to upgrade his clothing, as he is outdoors fishing a lot these days. I may as well set light armour to be worn when it is available, as enemies may drop it. Light armour, such as leather armour, provides protection without movement penalties, so it is always worth wearing. I see Johnny has not let new clothing interrupt his fishing. Fine winter clothing made from wolf pelt, very well suited for the hunter Johnny. It looks like we have a wine cellar. In the future, I plan to have water come from the river down here, so I begin to plan out a bridge access for our people to use. A new pup, Kendra, has been born. We soon all obtain well-made winter clothes courtesy of the craftsmanship of Mary. As it gets colder, we stop sowing new crops, as they will likely die over the winter and waste our seeds. We finish building the bridge access, but then decide to upgrade it to include a tower. It feels as though we have had the most prolonged peace ever known. The peace brought prosperity to East Avon, and we accomplished much this year. But East Avon was soon shaken. A large coordinated attack by the mountain bandits would push East Avon to the brink. We would need to focus on stopping the big guy with the battering ram. We managed to hold off the attack and nobody was hurt. It was now winter. We had lots of repairs to do and even more work was needed to make sure that we were more prepared next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.